no! Oh no! It's a tiger. Hello everybody, this is the Wargaming guy, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to, as the phone rings, or what, it wasn't a phone obviously, welcome to the Civil War. We are back with a new campaign that's going to be played, of course, from the Confederate side. So, I wanted to talk to you about this before we really get into it. So, let's just put you up there, and that should do it. Because what I've got here for you is some notes from their guide notes that they put out, and I've read through them twice. And so I wanted to just share a few things, which is really more than just a few, on the Confederacy. So here you go. We have to prioritize the defense of areas such as Little Rock, Memphis, Nashville, and Richmond. And so obviously these are places where we have to defend. Now, some of them are, Richmond, that'd be pretty obvious that we would want to defend Richmond. But, just in case you missed it, there you go. So we have to defend those places. At the same time, we do need to think clearly about our roles. Now, the Union is on the strategic offensive, even though in the last game, we had it really taken to us. Let's just put it that way. And the Confederacy, of course, is on the strategic defensive. So, but because you might need to attack now and then and do some counterattacks, cavalry equipment is something they recommend that we definitely invest in. This will allow us to not only have far better horsemen than the Union, at least initially, but we can upgrade our Indian troops, which will strengthen our positions west of the Mississippi and potentially New Mexico as well. So the four essentials for the Confederates are infantry equipment, corps organization, production tech, and industrial tech. Now, ironclads are also something we should look into building. They allow us to increase the defense of our monitors and ironclads units, which represent the most cost-effective answer to the Union blockade. Notably, this tech will reduce the damage that your iron warships suffer. Fort modernization is a cheap technology that allows you to significantly improve your fortress defenses, which defend many vital locations, including several blockade runner ports. Upgrading your defensives to at least level 1 will significantly reduce the chance of amphibious landings succeeding against these targets. So this has to be a high priority. They also recommend experimental submarines and buoyancy tanks. I'm not sure I'm sold on that, but maybe. And then, of course, logistics. Logistics will greatly bring down the cost of rail movement, which at the beginning of the game is very expensive, especially for the Confederacy. Your New Mexico offensive should begin as soon as the first unit arrives, seeking to capture Messiah and the settlements beyond, even before reinforcements arrive. They will be the first unit on either side in the theater. Take advantage of the limited time in which you face no opposition. Other possibilities along the Ohio River and further north in Indiana and Ohio, the Union has a number of fighting spirit objectives whose capture would prove a rude shock to the public. In the Eastern Theater, 2 targets deserve attention: Fort Monroe and Richmond. Okay, so let's zoom in here. Or can I do that with this? I wonder if it'll let me zoom in. It's not letting me do anything. Oh, isn't that interesting? Okay. How about now? Yes, there we go. Whoa. Hello. So, there's good old Norfolk. There is Fort Monroe. So we need to really hang on to that and hang on to Richmond. The mere act of invading the North with at least 5 units will increase your sponsor's mobilization by 7 to 10%, and as long as the invasion continues, the chance of further increases is quite substantial. Furthermore, large cities in Maryland and Pennsylvania are worth thousands of fighting spirit points each. The capture of any one of them will dramatically improve your chances for overall victory. Now, the final thing, which you really got to think about, is King Cotton. As the opportunity for selling cotton stockpile has now passed, the Confederacy will be asked to nominate a sponsor, either the UK, France, or Spain. I'm pretty sure in the last game that I played, the AI picked Spain, in 2 decision events at the end of turn 1. This will have no immediate impact. However, if the chosen sponsor recognizes the Confederacy as an independent nation, i.e. reaches 75% mobilization, that cotton will be sold to Europe at a high price, 400 MPPs for each of the next 10 turns. So there you go. There's some kind of strategic ideas and outlooks and everything else. Now we're going to jump back out here because I do want to do just a little bit of playing around. I think we need to take the offensive here for sure in the New Mexico territories with the ultimate goal of not only destroying them but coming up and capturing Denver. That's going to hurt the North in terms of MPPs. It's also going to help us gaining some MPPs. And then maybe these guys, if they can't be shipped, maybe we can just march them into the fight here. Second area where I think we might be able to be fairly offensive-minded is right in this area here. And because it's very fluid out here. If we can handle that rightly, it's a big if, then maybe we can drive and get some reinforcements. Maybe we can drive on St. Louis, and that would really be a problem for the Union. I'm assuming at least initially we're going to have to defend along didn't mean to go to Pennsylvania, along here. Although there might be a chance to invade Kentucky if they don't defend it properly, and we could jump in there, grab a lot of cities, maybe even grab the capital. Then we're going to be in the place where the AI was in our last game, which is right along these states here, and they are right. There are a couple of Fighting Spirit cities right along here. Finally, northern Virginia. What do we do? How do we do it? I think clearly in the beginning it's going to be a defense, but maybe we can do some offense, and maybe we can capture some places that will get the Union focused there. What I'd like to do is, and I think early in the game this might be possible, I think the farther we go, the less possible it is, and that is to kind of stretch them out and keep them jumping between places. But like I said, that's going to be extremely difficult. So that's kind of my overview of the sort of strategic outlook for the game. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. And also, one other thing, I want to do the betting thing. So if any of you would be interested in this, you got 20 points or MPPs or whatever you want to call them. There are 4 levels of victory, right? And so just pick one of those 4. There's, a marginal victory, a decisive victory, a marginal defeat, and a decisive defeat. Where do you think I'll go? And you can break your 20 up, like 5 on this and 4 on that or whatever. I think it might be fun to write people's bets down that bet early in the game and then just see how it all turns out. Who is the best prognosticator? That is the question. Chancellor's Diary. I am a northerner in a southern state. I have managed to convince our president, President Davis, to appoint me as his chancellor, as his warlord, if you will, as the man that will be the go-between between him and the armies of the Confederacy, because it's not something he really wants to be bothered with at this time. I am from the north, but I've lived for years in the south, and it's my knowledge of our enemy that finally convinced him to go ahead and give me this plum position, a position from which, if I play my cards right and allow my new homeland of the southern Confederate states to do the unthinkable and beat the Goliath that we're facing, can reap rich rewards in the future as the Confederate states cast their eyes south and southeast to the Caribbean, Mexico, Central America, and perhaps beyond. Oh yes, if we survive this war, we will build ourselves an empire. And that is why I am here. And that is my goal in this fight. We face a foe who outnumbers us with men, in material, in industrial capacity. They have better road nets and rail nets, and they have a far better president. But that's why I'm here, to make up for the loss that we suffer in the political category of leadership. Under my leadership, I plan on leading our troops through their great generals to victory. And oh yes, in the end I do plan on reaping my reward. Everybody, now that we're done with the introduction and done with the role-playing aspect, which, by the way, I have to tip my hat to Stealth 17. He does that on some of his videos, and I really like it, so I thought we'd try it here. Let me know what you think. We can always stop if it really annoys you. Okay, welcome to the American Civil War. At present, many of our border states have not yet joined the war. Virginia, Arkansas, Tennessee, and North Carolina are certain to join the Confederacy in coming turns, while Maryland will join the Union. Yeah. The situation in Missouri and Kentucky is far less certain and can be influenced by diplomatic investment events and invasion. We know it's the fighting spirit, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we have looked at the strategy guide, so we are going to go from here. And whoops, it's not quite as far as I wanted to go. So I wanted to go ahead and just start at the beginning, even though I think it might actually be a better play to just start with the when the war is actually really kind of going, if you know what I mean. So, okay, so we've got 350 MPPs, so let's look at what we're going to research, because, okay, spine intelligence, which so we got production and industrial. We don't have logistics. Boy, that's going to take such a big bite out of it. What else have we got? Cavalry we need, but we don't have that. Infantry, we don't have that. So we got to make a choice here. And cores, that's another one of our big ones that we have to keep in mind. So we've got production and industrial tech. So I'm going to go with infantry equipment. And that just leaves me with 100. Do we have anything here worth 100 that's worth spending money on? Oh, yes. Fort modernization. Yes. So now we're broke, which is fine because I don't see anything to do here. The way the Civil War started, it just seems kind of an odd way to start, but a game. But okay, we'll just play along and see what happens. Let's move along now that we've got the wheels turning on our big strategic investment plan. Despite European intervention being our best hope of winning the war, a minority of leaders believe we would be better off ordering immediate sale of here we go, the cotton decision, the cotton for gold, which we could then use to buy weapons. At current market prices, we would receive 1,750 MPPs at 175 over 10 turns for our cotton. Flooding the market with cotton would leave Europe with little incentive to recognize us. So if we were to sell the cotton, we would then be unable to choose a sponsor, and it would be extremely unlikely that any European power would ever enter the war. Selling the cotton will also be an unpopular move, costing us 8,000 points for the fighting spirit immediately, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we got to go to the notes here, peeps. This is very likely the most important decision you'll make in the war. Thank you. So be sure to consider your options. Selling the cotton is recommended if you're not confident of your ability to bring a European power into the war. Having never done this, I have no idea if I'm confident of that or not. Or if you're pursuing a strategy aimed at winning the war very quickly. All three European states have highly advanced technology, large infantry and naval forces that will greatly alter the balance of power in our favor if they can be convinced to enter the war. So it will often be a good idea to say no to keep European intervention a possibility. Note that if the chosen sponsor reaches 75% mobilization, cotton stockpiles will be automatically sold at higher prices. And if they enter the war, Confederate fighting spirit will dramatically increase, and the Union fighting spirit will plunge. Further information about we read that. Historically, Confederates held more than 95% of their cotton stockpile, losing it throughout the war as stores were captured by Union armies or destroyed. So if I say no, I'm doing what was historical, but it gives me a better shot at the Europeans. If I say yes, it's short-term gain for possible long-term pain, but then again, maybe not. So what do I do? I'm going to say no, because I think trying to get help from the Euros is a good idea. We must now decide which European nation will be the focus of our diplomatic efforts. The three European nations each offer similar levels of military power, but they each have their unique advantages. Okay, let's just go to the notes. The UK, additional blockade runners will operate from Nassau. France, Mexican Empire will join as a minor ally should France enter the war. That's interesting. Spain, a blockade of the Pacific will prevent the Union from receiving MPPs from California. Well, it seems to me I would think actually the French would be the best bet on this, right? So how do I... Oh, if you would like our diplomats in London, in hopes, say yes. If you believe we're better off with the French or Spanish support, select no. And then we'll get another decision. France is yes. So we're going to go yes. We're going to trust the guys that helped us during the Revolutionary War. Yay, here we go. All right, Virginia. And okay, that's good. Let's get some people in play here, people. Okay, against those traitors, those rotten traitors. We'll get them. Anti-war Democrats and Confederate sympathizers riot in Baltimore. Yes. Good. President Lincoln issues a call for 75,000 volunteers. President Lincoln proclaims the blockade of southern states. Notice our president's doing nothing. Okay, we collect 588. Wow, that is so much less than the Union. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy. I mean, you knew it would be, but still. Okay, so they move into Missouri. Kentucky is concerned about that. Okay. So we get a state guard here. Wow, 1 whole point. These early troop levels are, something else again. Union garrisons evacuate the forts in the Indian Territory. Confederates occupy the forts in the Indian Territory. All right. There they go. They're in St. Louis now. And where else? That was horses, so that must be a cavalry unit of some sort, one would imagine. Come on. And yep. Oh, the Union is getting feisty. That's probably not what I wanted. Confederates. Okay. Yeah, good. Let's get some troops. We need troops here, people, not celebrations. That's great. I'm happy for you. Now give me some troops. Not just forts. I need troops. Okay, so this is probably doing wonders for our fighting spirit, which is fine, but I need troops. Provisional Army of the Confederate States begins organizing. President Lincoln calls for Union volunteers to serve 3-year terms. Great. Okay. To avoid the federal blockade of our ports, we have begun importing 50 MPPs per turn worth of copper, gunpowder, blah, blah, blah. Via the overround through Texas. Maintain control of Laredo. Okay. Virginia is unquestionably the most valuable state in the South, home to vast mineral resources, armaments, production, etc. It is essential we begin planning its defense. Highest priority should be the defense of the city of Richmond and nearby Petersburg, which may be threatened by invasions from both out of Maryland and from Fort Monroe. It's also strongly advised to maintain an army in the Shenandoah Valley to the west, although you should not seek to cross the Appalachians, as this will leave our troops exposed and difficult to supply. Warning, do not attempt to cross the Potomac. I've sounded like Walter Cronkite now. Unless you're prepared to launch a full-scale invasion of the North. Such action is sure to inspire thousands of more volunteers to fight for our enemies. Got it. Division is now available to... Okay, so that... And look! Where can I put them? Oh, there we go. Does this mean this is owned by the Union? I don't like that at all. And I mean at all. We got to figure that out right now. Here, let's zoom in on... Oh. So we be surrounded here, kinda. That's not great. Hate to do that, but he's got to have enough to survive. All right, I've got 568. So we're going to... We've already got... You know what? I'm actually going to jack up this. I'm going to give him more so that we can get it done quicker. It's kind of risky, but... Okay. Yeah, I don't have much left, so let's go back and check these guys out. They're full strength. So can we purchase any... We can purchase some brigades with nothing and no name. So we will call them the No Name Brigade. Because why not? All right. And we still have nothing out here. Oh, that's interesting. Follows the Texas Trail to San Antonio. Confederate units only. Yeah, lucky Confederate units. Okay, so we do hold this, but we don't have an actual troop there. Okay, so I think that's about everything we can... What do we have left? Yeah, 18. It's not... I wanted to look at maybe putting some diplomacy... I'm not even sure if I can do that. Let's look at diplomacy. Can't... yeah, we can do it. So we need to... Can I afford that? Yeah, of course not. Okay, so we need to look at doing that. Let's just look at our reports real quick here. So they have 50 units. Wait. How did they get 50? We have 20. And that's Navy. This doesn't show us at 20. Oh, it depends if you count forts or not, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of weird. All right, let's just take a look at fighting spirit. Look at that. We took a dip, but now, bang-o, we're there, and they're there, and they didn't take any dip at all. So, okay. All right. Wait. Let's just one more thing. MPPs. Look at this. They have collected 900, and we at 6. So, okay, and of course we just spent a ton of it. Yeah, all of it almost. Okay. All right. Then that's it, I guess. These first few turns are weird from a gameplay perspective. Great Britain extends belligerent status to the Confederacy in response to the blockade. Hey, all right. Texas militia ready for service following capture of Fort Washita. All right. Virginia volunteers form new brigades. Yes, that's what we're talking about. And there's a good old Beauregard. Confederate Army in the Shenandoah begins organizing. Yeah. Now we're talking 786. So we get a little from the UK, and then we get some from Mexico. All right. Come on, France. Help us out here, dudes. You're our sponsor, so come on. Yeah, they're just going to gobble up cities. I've got nothing I can stop them with right now. And here we go. Oh, I do have some ships down here. I need to get those going. Yeah, they're not wasting any time bombarding, are they? You dirty little snakes. They got Alexandria. Darn it. Yeah. Now, the instructions for the Union tell the Union to fight for the death to hold Alexandria. So the question is, will the AI do the same? We may be about to find that out. Kentucky issues Declaration of Neutrality. Boo! Oh, okay. Hey, we've got the brigade. Apparently that's where they want it to go. Can it go anywhere? Whoops, anywhere else? Well, it could go here. Can it go anywhere else? No. Fine. We'll put it right there. Is that? No. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at this situation first. Yeah, we can't do anything really but hang on. I mean, I've got one unit there, so I don't really... Look at these guys. They're about to cross and start taking all these towns. It's our... Hello. How we coming on forts? Slow, man. Slow. Alright, let's go ahead and do core organization as well. Oh, and we didn't do logistics yet. Shoot. Alright, we'll wait till next turn on that because we need to buy some more troops, obviously. Let's come down here and see what we've got going here. Did these guys updated? Or, well, he's in port. Aha! Can upgrade the port with what? A lighthouse. Yeah, I don't care. Okay, so that's a river gunboat, so it probably can't even get out here. Yeah, let's find out. So that is an enemy port. We need to maybe capture that somehow. I need to reinforce this so they don't wipe it out until we can get our forts built up. I don't see much else here that's going on, nor along the coast yet. So now, aha, they do have troops there. Golly, they didn't waste any time, did they? I can't stack on that? Oh, I thought... Oh, I didn't notice that. Okay. Okay, we're going to pull you over here. We need to get somebody in Fredericksburg like yesterday. I'm waiting for my super-powered cavalry to show up. I don't see them anywhere yet. Okay, so we can see them there. He's here, and he's full strength. Okay, we can take Winchester. I think it was already Confederate, but we'll just hold it. Actually, so's Harper's Ferry. There. Although we're open now to this guy cutting us off, depending on what he does. Man, we need people. So we're going to buy him right now. Ooh, I can get a division. Now you're talking. Ooh, Churchill's a nice name for a commander of a division. I have no idea who that was, but that's just fine. Cavalry brigade. No, we don't want a brigade. Well, do we? Actually, we might want one out there. So let's set the name of, we'll call them... how about call them the Raiders? You may have noticed I like that name. If you're watching this and have no idea what that joke was about, it was a little bit of an inside joke. My father served in the Marine Corps in World War II in Korea, and in World War II he was in the 4th Marine Regiment. So the 4th Raider Battalion. He actually did later end up in the 4th Marine Regiment, but that's a whole different thing. Okay. So there's that, and let's look at fighting spirits. Yeah, nothing much is happening. Probably nothing much will until we start actually fighting each other. So I think that's going to do it. We're going to let the AI run, and we will wrap this one up, I think. Missouri State Guard receiving tens of thousands of volunteers suffers from shortages of equipment, blah, blah, blah. If we wish to prioritize this sector, we can send a command staff to form a Confederate HQ unit under General Sterling Price. It would cost, 375 MPPs. Psh. Let's look at the notes real quick. Is slightly more expensive than if it was purchased on the purchase screen. Despite this, the extra cost may be worthwhile if you intend to prioritize the defense of the West, as Price will be deployed immediately. That's what I thought. If we say no, the Price HQ will remain available for purchase. Yeah, we're going to do it. It's really expensive, but we got people there now, and that's what we need. Not, the other day. Okay, so the headquarters has moved. The Chancellor has moved as well. Arkansas volunteers form new units. Yes, that's what we like to see. Come on, Arkies. Join the fight. All right. Johnson, and look at this. Sweet. Yes. I know their fighting power is probably negligible, but hey, we got a gunboat. All right. Texas, okay. I'm in. Go, baby. Okay. The Confederate Navy is getting it on. Yes, 670 points. All right. Can't rate on my parade, man. That was a pretty good turn. I like it. Of course, we're just getting started, and here they come. The sneaky northern invaders continue the war of northern aggression against us. All we want to do is be left alone. But no. Sheesh. No! Oh, man. Wow. That was faster than I thought it would be. Well, that's not good. Not good. Good job, boys. Hold the capital. Hold. I know you're outnumbered, but hold anyway. Remember, one of our boys is as good as 10 of theirs. Yeah. I would say that the AI looks like it's going to be as aggressive with the Union as it was with the Confederates. I would say that. I think that's a reasonable assumption at this point, given how they're playing. Liberty. They took Liberty. How dare they? Spain extends below. Yeah, great. France, are you going to do anything, France? Hello? Calling France. Hello. In light of the great industrial importance of Virginia foundries, the decision has been made to move the government to the city of Richmond. You'll receive... Okay, good. All right. Oh, boy. It's unlikely we'll be able to maintain control over Missouri indefinitely. When Jefferson City falls, we can expect the North to install a new government, making Missouri a full-fledged member of the Union. More importantly, this happens, we'll gain control over the entire state, except for whatever our forces physically occupy. In order to prevent this from isolating our forces, you should seek to occupy towns from which your troops may gather supplies and avoid advancing too far north to the Arkansas border. It's also advisable to keep some small units in northern Arkansas so that communication with forces in Missouri can be restored as quickly as possible. Advance cautiously in southern Missouri. Be ready to act should Missouri State Guard be forced to surrender. Whew. Okay. And we get another one here. Let's wait on that for next time. Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Let me know what you think. Give me your wise, scholarly, and sage advice as we move forward in this new campaign. Wait to hear from all of that in the comments below. Until next time, this is the Wargaming Guy saying thanks for watching. Take care, everybody, and I will see you later.